Greetings, Eric here, and I'm going to start by saying facts don't cease to exist because they are ignored. Why do I say that? Okay, so you see the title of the video. It says nice guys finish last. Why do nice guys finish last? What's this notion about a nice guy being on the losing end? Well, I'll tell you. The reason for this is because, unbeknownst to many, nice is not a compliment. Nice doesn't mean kind or pleasant. Nice actually, in fact, means stupid, foolish, ignorant, senseless. Okay, so why? Why is that? Well, if you want to have understanding of things, you have to go inside. And inner is related to the word eso, as in esoteric, meaning only to be understood by a few. With that being said, nice historically in language comes from the old French. It's actually a French word pronounced nice. I guess this gives understanding to the city in France being called Nice. Nevertheless, nice in Old English around the 1300s, foolish, ignorant. All right, so unbeknownst to many, nice, even though you may think it has a pleasant or a meaning of kind, in fact, when you trace the etymology of it, it goes to Latin, the Latin word nasus, meaning not knowing, right? Old French, simple, as in simple-minded, feeble, naive, unaware, like a baby in the woods. So nice, in fact, it's truly not a compliment, but it's derogatory. What happens when someone is Mr. Nice Guy? They end up being on the losing end, correct? What happens when you're too nice? When you're too nice, you end up being deceived. Now, when you catch a man or a woman in their deception, or you catch them trying to manipulate you, you usually respond and say, hey, nice try. But let's take it a step further. Follow me here. And I'm going to show you this visually. I'm going to put the pen to the pad because we all know the pen is mighty. It's like a sword. Okay, so this is nice in the Latin, pronounced necius. As you can see, it reads not knowing, ignorant, unaware. Now, if we come to a different suffix of necius, you get necio, which they use it in a sentence in the Latin phrase "Deo pro opino sed certum necio," meaning it means I think, but I certainly do not know. So when you use nice, the word nice, you're confessing that you don't know, or that you're naive or unaware. And when you look at the letters, or the spelling of necius, the letters are NE. And NE always associates with a denial or a regression, like negative, negate, or never. Now, the other attachment to this word, necius, is a word within a word, because if you look at it, as I will demonstrate for you, it actually is, you can see the word sire. And sire in Old English means to know. So when you combine the two, necius actually means someone who does not know. They're unaware. So of course a nice guy would finish last, as they should. Let's add insult to injury. Guy, do you know what a guy is? A guy isn't a male counterpart or a physical man. A guy is actually someone who's a bum, grotesque, bizarre, strange. So a nice guy is someone who is a unaware, ill-informed bum. Thus they finish last. Or my sword. So we'll go into the Latin of the word nice. This is how it is spelled. Necius. Now there's always words within words. So if you look at this word necius, which means to know, you can see that in what? The word conscious. But the shus is related to the word sire. And if you drop the C, the E, you get Sir, the title of a knight when he's elevated to the knighthood, like Knights Templars. Well, Sir is respect, right? Your father wants you to call him Sir. Military ranking officials want you to call them Sir. And father in Latin is the word I explained, pater. If you cover the ER, you get pat, as in down, pat. So continuing on, if you look at the prefix NE, NE is always associated with like denial, regression, etc. NE is a prefix for words like negative, negate, never, right? So now we're talking about a linguistical fact. We're talking about not my opinion. So it's not something that we can debate. An opinion is if I look nice in a red hoodie. Well, that's an opinion. But the fact is the hoodie is made of wool. Where else have we saw the use of the word pat being associated with perfection or mastery or a flawless execution? Well, the saying to have something down pat. If you have it down pat, then you've almost perfected it. Not down pack, as in what a lot of ill-informed Negroes say. Not pack as in wolf pack, but it's actually down pat. Look it up. Shus and the word neshus. The shus means sire, and a sire is someone who knows. They are, in the old English times, they were lords, barons. They held titles of nobility. And if you look at the word sire, within the word you can see the word sir. Again, another title of respect. So a sire is a lord, a master, a magistrate, a patron. Not patron, as what most people drink when they're trying to get intoxicated, but patron as in a master who held dominion over his subject. Now, patron is also related to the word pater, as in father. It's Latin for father, like pater, as in papa, as in the Pope, as in Rome, as in the Father, like our Father who art in heaven. Nevertheless, when you look at the word pater, if you cover the ER in pater, you will see that it is pronounced pat, right? Now, what's that saying about pat? Well, you pat animals on the head. You pat a dog on the head, and you're the superior to a dog. You're the guardian, they're the ward. You're the master, they're the subject. So you don't like to be patted on the head, am I correct? Because it denotes almost lowering you to an animal. And there was a man who was a banker, an aristocrat, J.P. Morgan. He used to have a saying that all men do things for two reasons: the good reason and the real reason. Well, I'm not going to reveal to you yet the real reason, but I want you to engage, comment, subscribe, share this if you think it's utter BS, rhetoric, whatever the case may be. If you want to challenge it, do so, and get this message to many people.